Bailiffs. Private bailiffs may try to bluff their way into your home with documents and identification. Don't let them over the doorstep. If they can get one big toe through the letterbox, it's legally crossing the doorstep. If they get in, they will assess what you have got and value it at rock-bottom prices. To do anything, a bailiff must have a warrant of execution issued by the courts. They may say, "Can we talk inside?" They might even walk in saying, "We knocked and thought you said come in." If you have any problems, say you will call the police. Tell them it is illegal harassment. Once they get in, they will have what is called walk-in possession. They list what you have, and then you are given 21 days to pay up. After 21 days, they can legally force entry and take possession. They can force entry for hired equipment or evictions. You could apply for a restraining order at court to stop them harassing you. It is a criminal offence to harass people. They are not supposed to threaten you with violence or criminal proceedings. They cannot put your name in a shop window or newspaper. They cannot say you are a debtor to humiliate you in front of witnesses. They cannot say they have legal paperwork when they don't. They must have a license to be a debt collector. Learn as much about the law as possible. At the first sign of bailiffs, get legal advice. There are private and court bailiffs. Both have different powers. Do not get into an argument or lay hands on them. They tend to be built like brick outhouses, and they were only defending themselves, officer. Financial relationships. A modern proposal. The man gets on his knees and says, "What exactly do you mean? You are late." People live together as common law marriage or actually get married. Many of these couples split. Love is not enough to keep people together. Hard work and compromise and a solid financial agreement might give a better chance. The wedding costs a lot, plus the honeymoon. Decide what you really want and can afford. Would it be better to go to a registry office and use money saved to pay for your house and lifestyle? In the church, they will say the aisle, the altar, then you. They spend the rest of the marriage saying, "I'll alter you." The law has changed, so same-sex marriage allows everybody to be as miserable as each other. Discuss your family's attitude to money. Have you learned bad habits from your family? Do children work for money? Housework or paperboy? Who handles money in family? Mother or father? Don't blame, criticize or attack partner over money. Learn from each other. Share responsibility. Look for strengths that will help you. Married couples get their own individual tax allowances. The unused tax allowance can be transferred between the couple and used to get the best tax advantages. No inheritance tax or capital gains tax is paid between married couples. The couple are considered to be responsible for each other's debts with a joint account. But if the account is in an individual name, then they are not allowed to get it. Things can go wrong, no matter how hard you try. Get details of responsibilities into writing. Who owns what in case you split. Include the kids and pets. An agreement between a couple living together is legal for British courts, but married people's contracts are not legal yet. It may be still worth having one, as the law may change the prenuptial marriage contract. Choose a solicitor who is unbiased and works for both partners. Only accept a contract if it is fair. Don't be talked or bullied into signing. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Life will be somewhere in between. Remember, marriage is an institution and about commitment. But so was Bedlam. Make sure you both understand your finances in case one of you dies. Children, you might need a bigger house. Babies are expensive. Plan the cost of having a baby. Food, toys, clothing. People feel they are entitled to money and to spend it how they want. They want everything for their children, but not spoiling them, not killing ambition, not having life too easy to prepare for the real world. Giving children money also means you have to give them responsibility of controlling its use. Teach them how to budget. Life will be hard for them when you are not here to help, so teach them while you can. If you keep throwing money at them, they will bleed you dry, because it is all they know. Don't go overboard with presents. Most kids will discard the present so that they can enjoy playing with the box. A smile and a hug cost nothing, but will be remembered when all the toys have gone. Do not be too mean with your kids. They choose your old folks' home. The parents will get child benefit until the child is 16 or 19 if they are in full-time education. Also, they could get working tax credits if they are employed, and you can get help with childcare. If parents separate, the child support agency pays money to the parent who is looking after the children with money from the parent that has lost them. This is done by a set of formulas based on earnings and circumstances. When the child is born, the mother can take 26 weeks maternity leave. Statutory maternity pay is 90% of average wages for 6 weeks, then around £100 or 90%, whichever is lower. If you have been employed for 26 weeks, you can have 26 weeks leave extra, but unpaid. Fathers can have 2 weeks paternity leave within 8 weeks of the birth. Over the years to come, things will not be as good as it is today. If you do not wish your children to grow up to be unemployed, consider the condom. Education. People are moving away from the state comprehensive school education and going private. They must pay for these themselves. It is expensive, so they must save ahead so the money is there when they need it, using the many accounts mentioned. Bursaries and scholarships can be paid by schools if they think the child is worth it. Consider insuring against break-in income so the child does not lose out if a disaster happens. University. People pay their own fees now, not their parents'. Costs can include living expenses as well as course fees. Top-up fee allows university to charge more. Instead of the old grant system, paid like a benefit by a taxpayer, students have to borrow money from the student loan company. They must apply to the local education authority. When the course is finished and the graduate is paid more than a set level, they start paying back the loan through the tax system. Summer jobs and gap years are not included while at university. They still get you if you are working abroad. Around 9% of the remaining loan is charged each year, until the debt is paid off. You can pay extra to get the debt down quicker. This is on top of normal tax, but as the graduate will have a better chance of employment and will be earning a great deal more than the average worker, they can accept this as part of their budget until paid off. Live within their means, then after a short time their wages will be all theirs. If you don't pay the debt back, you will end up in court. The only ways out of the debt is to die, get permanently disabled, or reach 65. The money given is for basic education needs, not the student union bar or local nightlife. If you waste it at the beginning, it is your fault it has gone. Take your education seriously. Most people don't have the privilege and opportunity to take time off to study and work on their theses. If you are really lucky, you could end up working for a company who pays off the debt as part of their employment contract. Divorce. Costs can be legal fees, mother's return to work, the child support agency. Think about things before marriage. Money can cause more arguments than anything else. Work at it. If you cannot decide how to divide your assets, the courts must be used. The court will consider all circumstances. Once solicitors get involved, the costs will go up, and less will be left for the couple divorcing. Courts need proof of all assets, liabilities and income. The couple should show clearly what they expect to live on. Alimony. You will do to each other what you used to love doing to each other. Long-term contracts. Will the company still be there at the end? And what will happen if they do go under? Insurance is the one bet you hope you will lose. It is a bet that you will die or have a disaster. At least the winnings are there for your dependents. Who are your dependents? How much will they need on your death? Paying off a mortgage. Wife, husband, children need support until they can stand on their own feet. Your funeral expenses. What they get will be in proportion to what you pay in. Premiums will depend on your sex, age, health and job. They do not have to pay out for suicide, so give up smoking. You know it will kill you.